Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For the newbies, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. I am Michelle, and today my video is maybe rather long, so it's okay if you don't want to watch it all the way through. Come back to it later and pick up where you left off. So I sent out an email, or not an email, I dropped a video, just a short video yesterday. I'm just asking about some topics that you may want me to discuss. So the mock signings is one that I really been wanting to do. I really haven't. Today is not planned. I didn't plan anything out. I'm just gonna do it. So let's get to it, okay? I don't want it to be too long. I will show for you guys who are new. Well, everybody's probably going to be a notary or a new loan signing agent. I'm sure if you're already well versed in this business, you're not watching this video, or they're not watching this video because they already know how to conduct a closing. But this is the black marks is where I marked out the information from the previous buyer. So this is the Patriot Act form. This is where you get the ID and you use this to track down their information. So for an example, we'll say we'll have a passport today and a social security card, because where this is highlighted, it says that it requires 2 forms of ID. So you want to get that information and fill in this blanks, okay? And then the second page of that, you would just sign, okay? So this is the Patriot Act form. I always start here. And then I always pull the closing disclosure to the front. So that's where we'll start today. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started as if I am doing a signing. Again, this is my disclaimer. This is how I do my sign-ins. I'm sure somebody's not going to be happy about the way I do it. Somebody may have something to say about how I conduct my signings, and this is how I do it. It works for me, and I haven't had any complaints from my buyers or the signers. So take something from everybody and just make your closing, your signing, your own, okay? All right, here we go. All right, may I have your ID? So you have your passport, all right? And then I'll need your social security card. For a second form of ID, it could be your social security card. It can be your voter's registration card, your birth certificate, a utility bill. Okay, your social security card, all right? So I'm gonna jot that down using my blue pen because it is required. All right. All right, guys, you ready? I always like to start with the closing disclosure because those are your numbers, and I just want to make sure that the numbers that is on this paper is what you guys agreed upon, okay? So it's showing that you're refinancing $200,000 at a 2.5. Your payment is going to be $1,500 a month, and you'll get back $1,000. All right. Does that sound like what you talked about with your loan officer? All right, great. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and get you to sign your disclosure. All right, and just sign your name as you see it at the bottom. It does have your middle initial, so I will ask that you make sure that you sign your name as you see it. Okay, when you date, go ahead and put 5/25/2021. So I need that 4-digit year. However you want to do it, just as long as I have that 4-digit year. All right, thank you. All right, the next document is your mortgage payoff affidavit. So they're going to go ahead and close your old mortgage. In the event that there's any additional fees that are left over that are due once that old mortgage is closed and that new one is created, then you'll be held responsible for that shortage. If there's an overage, then you'll get a refund. All right, you sign here. All right, the same would be it would be the same with your escrow, okay? They're gonna close out your old escrow and create the new. If there's a shortage in between the time that it closed and the new one is open, you would be responsible for those fees, okay? And this is the hold harmless regarding the collection of taxes due, all right? The borrower's a purchaser affidavit. All right, so it asks what your citizenship here. And just want to ask these questions, and this is going to be applicable to a couple of documents here. Do you have any liens on your home? Do you owe anybody any money for doing work on your home where they can come back and put a lien on your home? Do you have any active bankruptcies? Is your home currently listed for sale? So you don't have any pending litigations or anything like that on your home. Is that correct? All right. Well, you can't hold the title company responsible if somebody comes back and there is a lien or anything on your home, okay? All right. Compliance agreement. If there's any typographical errors or anything like that, this document just says that you'll comply within a timely fashion to get these corrected, okay? At least within 30 days. All right. Thank you. The borrower's post-closing contact, they just want you to fill out this contact information so that they can contact you if they have any questions after closing. All right. Let's get to your next document here. All right, so the next one's going to be your uniform residential loan application. Now, this application is just filled with information that you provided your loan officer at the time that you applied, okay? So it says that you are applying for individual credit. All right, so we have, let's see here. All right, so with this application, there's one. So I would need both of you to initial on this line, please. All right, and then we will have both of you sign here. All right, and don't forget your middle initial. When you date, make sure you date 5/25/2021, okay? Thank you, guys. All right, the client and notary instruction. So this just says, hey, I'm here to just witness you sign these documents. I can't provide you any legal advice. And these are all the documents in which we're going to sign today. At the end, I'm just going to leave you your temporary coupon in case you don't get your instructions on how to make your payment before your payment is due. Okay? This next one is just the evidence of joint application, and it just means that you guys are applying for joint credit. The next is your note. Your note is your promise to pay back the $200,000 at your 2.5 interest rate. Your payment is $1,500 a month, and its first payment is going to be due on July 1st. So that's your note. Go ahead and sign here. Late fee. This just means that if you don't pay on time, you will have a late fee of 5%. Or 5% of the overdue payment of principal and interest, or $15, whichever is greater, of course, okay? All right. The deed. On the deed, can you take a look at this and make sure your name is spelled right? That's very important because sometimes their names aren't spelled right, and it's better to catch it on the front end than the back end. Or sometimes if it's a husband and if it's two men, it may say husband and wife instead of husband and husband. So you need to catch that, or vice versa, wife and wife. So you definitely want to make sure you take a look at the deed, okay? All right, so that looks good, guys. All right. All right, so there's 15 pages to the deed. I understand that you have all your documents uploaded on the portal. So if you have any questions or you want to review those documents later, they're going to be on your portal, okay? So sign here. All right, so then I notarize this document. Borrower certification and authorization. So for the certification of this, it just certifies that you've applied for a mortgage. All the information that you have provided is true. And the authorization is then that you have given authorization for them to check your credit, your social security number, and your taxes, okay? Can you confirm that your social security number is correct in this form? And guys, sign, and please don't forget to date. This next one is certified that you're only applying for one loan. If no other loans are applied for or made for, check here. So if you can check that box, thank you, and then sign here. All right, you guys are required to have hazard insurance. Sign here. The next form is a 4506C, which is your tax form. It just requesting your tax return. So it's for 18, 19, and 20. If you can check this box and sign here and date it, please. All right, and then there's another tax form, the 4506C, which also requests for your tax transcript. So if you can sign and date just as you did the previous one. All right, the next one is for your W-9. They're confirming your identification and certifying your Social Security number. Can you confirm that the Social Security number listed on the form is correct? And sign and date. All right, and ma'am, you have one as well, since there's two. Both of you have that. All right. Little pile is getting smaller, guys. All right, so payment letter, your first payment's $1,500. It's going to be due on July 1st, okay? The next one is your temporary coupon. So it's just showing the address and where you're going to mail your first payment in the event that you don't have that set up prior to July 1st. So this, I'm going to go ahead and allow you to keep that, okay? Occupancy and financial status. This says that you're going to be in the home within the next 60 days and that you will remain there with at least a year. And the financial status part of it just says that your financial status has not changed since you applied for the refi. Okay, guys? Sign and date. I would stamp this. You notarize that. All right, this acknowledgement of receipt of appraisal. That just says that if an appraisal was done, you're able to get a copy of it, okay? The next one is a consent to use your tax return. Simple. Each person will get one of those, so you'll have one to sign as well, ma'am. Compliance agreement. Excuse me. Again, if there's any there's like 3 of these forms in here for your compliance. But if there's any typographical errors or anything like that, that you'll comply with getting those taken care of, okay? Within a timely manner. And you would notarize the document. Another correction agreement, limited power of attorney, says that if there's any typographical errors, anything that needs to be corrected, that you will comply with getting those corrected. And that's a document that you would actually notarize, okay? Employment affidavit just says that your employment has not changed and you do not anticipate not having a job. The Federal Equal Credit Opportunity Act notice, if you could sign that. Initial escrow disclosure, it just shows what your taxes will be and what your out of your escrow payments, how much will go to your taxes and how much will go to your insurance. And sign there. Your impound authorization is going to be your escrow, where your taxes and your insurance is going to be held. So if you could sign this, that's saying that we're going to go ahead and set up your escrow account for you. Your amortization schedule tells you how many payments that you're going to have. You're going to have 360 payments at your 2.5 interest rate. So it is a 30-year mortgage. It is a fixed rate, so it will not change unless you decide you want to refi later. All right, and there's nothing for you to sign on here. All right, the next one is your credit score. If you can just take a look at it and initial the bottom of each one of the pages. And I think there's 3 credit scores in here, so you can look at all the different ones. All right, finally, we get to your signature name affidavit. So it just says that you are Mr. All right. So Mr. A, Mr. and Mr. If you can sign both of those to the right as you see them to the left, okay? And then you would notarize that document. Ma'am, yours is the same. The Tennessee Advance Fee Agreement just shows that in advance you paid your credit reporting fee and your flood certification fee of $14. You have a right to choose your own insurance provider to sign that form. And undisclosed debt acknowledgement just says that you don't have you acquired any debt since you applied for your refi or anything that you didn't tell them about. And they'll usually say no and that's it. So that is my full packet from this one particular title company. Once I finish, I go back and I say, hey, guys, give me just a few minutes. I want to go back and just make sure and double check I haven't missed any signatures or required initials. You know, because I definitely want to respect your time. I do not want to come back if I don't have to. I'm sure you don't want to see me. All right, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and go back through here. I'm going to look through the documents, see if there's anything that I missed. And then they're going to get back their $1,000. So I always save that for last, okay? So I always give them their information on how to get their money back last, because they can do that while I'm reviewing the documents to make sure that I didn't miss anything, okay? So they would fill out this form if they want their funds wired. If not, they would just sign at the bottom and then they will get a check mailed to them. So I did that in 15 minutes. Again, it's just my way of doing my sign-ins, or how I present my documents to the signers. I hope that was helpful. I know I probably went through it a little fast. I will eventually do another signing where I will have someone actually sitting with me, and then, you know, have them maybe ask a few questions so that you can really see the interaction between, you know, the signer and the agent. So, but to be honest with you, it's really that simple. Like how I went through these documents, it really is that simple. Now, again, everybody has their own way of telling you how to, you know, give the documents, you know, present the documents to the clients. This is just my way, and it works. Like I said, I haven't had any complaints. And if I find a way to do something else differently that would work for me, I will incorporate it into what I currently do. But until I find that, this is what works for me. So it is my mock signing. It was 15 minutes, which wasn't bad. I wish all my signings was 15 minutes, but of course nobody signed. I didn't really fill out the Patriot Act form, which, you know, would take time. So that's just my little mini video for mock signing. I will do another one with more detail in it, guys. I promise. I hope you got something out of this video. I'm going to go ahead and end it before it gets to 20 minutes because I value your time. Again, I appreciate you stopping. If you are not already a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe to your girl's video, to my channel. Like it. Hit the bell so you'll know when I send new videos out. Make suggestions on what type of videos you actually want to see. But I am very thankful that you guys are just appreciative that you have visited my channel to watch the video. So you guys have a great day, and I will be back for more later. Have a good one.